Herman Holeman. My name's Herman Holeman. I've lived in this area all my life, 65 years. Stuck my toe on most of the rocks on Yellow Mountain all the way back to Roan Creek.
Would you describe for me what it's like up there, what the scene is like, what the views are like when you're hiking on Yellow Mountain?
Well, if it don't change the way you feel when you get up there, there's a little something wrong with you, because it's breathtaking, you know. And I overlooked that for 40 years. But I was raised with it, you know, and it means a lot more to me now than it ever did, you know. I value it enough to, you know, I'd die for it if need be. So generations to come could enjoy the same things I have.
The Appalachian Trail is a ridgeline trail, so it is an up and down experience. Luckily, the payoff is tremendous. As a person that leads a lot of hikes, I'm often trying to coax people up to the summits, and I know it's worth it. And so when you're climbing up out of Bradley Gap and you're seeing where you're going, there are a couple of false tops, and you feel like you've reached the top and your heart starts to settle a little bit, and you look up ahead and you realize that's not quite the top. So when you truly get to the summit and you start heading east, and it starts to drop a tiny bit to a rock outcrop there, the world just opens up in front of you. It's one of those balcony experiences where you just feel like you're perched above creation, and really gives you a unique perspective. Conservation groups are always struggling to put an economic value on what we experience when we're in special places, when we're in places that are unchanged, when we're in places that remind us of places that look the way they looked when our ancestors were here, when they first saw them. And I've grown tired of putting a dollar figure on those things, because I think that we need to start valuing them for their spiritual content, and we need to, not everything can be reduced to dollars and cents. And in this world, if you back out, and Google Earth makes it very possible to get a real state of the union in a different way, and you can see the fragmentation in our landscape. You can see the roads going further and further into areas that used to be quiet, that used to be natural, and too many places have changed. And the fact that this place has not changed much means it's all the more worthy of our efforts to keep it the way it is. You know, we were accused early on of being NIMBYs, of just fighting for our own backyard. And I always say, have you seen my backyard? It is worth fighting for. And that's true of a lot of people. People have these life-changing experiences, and they raise their kids, you know, down at the little wash in the local creek, and that becomes sacred ground. And it's really important to be reminded every once in a while that if you can find your voice, you can fight, and you can find that person on the county commission or in the General Assembly or on Capitol Hill who will help you, because it's our national heritage, and it conveys incredibly powerful messages when you look for that common ground. And nothing brings people together more than shared experiences outdoors. And the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, it's one of those unique organizations where you can join at the member level, and all of a sudden you're part of an organization that has a congressional mandate to do this remarkable thing, which is build and protect this wild notion of a trail from Georgia to Maine. And it's exciting that it's so easy to get involved.